You're listening to A World of Empowerment Service from Aingeal Rose and Ahonu.
Good morning from the mountain. Today I want to talk about power, particularly empowerment. Many years ago, in fact it was probably 2006 or 2007, Aingeal Rose and I were living in North Carolina. And she was doing her Akashic record readings for clients that she had been doing for many years before. And I was doing spirit art for my clients. And in that way, helping to empower others. But we didn't know what it was that we were doing in the bigger picture of things. And indeed, when we got together, we realized that the two of us together, jointly, was a far more formidable force of power than it was when we were individuals. So we explored and found all about twin flames. So we went to a lady friend of ours there in Asheville, North Carolina at the time, to just see what it was that our direction was, or how we could maximize the potency of what it was that we were doing together, that we had together for the world. And she suggested that we were all about empowerment for others. And so we went home and thought about that for quite a long time and realized that that indeed was the word that encapsulated what it was that we were doing in the world, what it was our mission effectively was. And so we formed a website called World of Empowerment, and that was back in 2007. All through the years, we've accumulated a lot of content, vast archive of Akashic record readings, group Akashic records, podcasts, like 360 or more videos, all to do with personal power and empowerment in the world and help for others. And at this point in time, we were wondering, what do we do with all that information? What do we do with that content? What do we do with that vast archive that I spoke about? And how can we bring it to the world in such a way that it would be beneficial and helpful and easily accessible? So we revisited World of Empowerment. And to be honest, I wasn't that quite happy enough about the name, simply because the acronym for it was WOE, World of Empowerment, which said, whoa. And it troubled me for a long time. And then the more I investigated, because I was being guided to run with it, we tried different names, we tried calling it all kinds of different things. None of them were working, kept bringing us back to World of Empowerment. And I think it may have to do with the positive and negative world we live in, the polarities that we live in this perceived reality. But there's more to it, and that is how we perceive it ourselves. And on investigation, I realized that there's a lot of businesses out there in the world, a lot of companies out there in the world that lose the preposition in their names, or what the search engines call, let me think what they call it, a stop word. They lose the stop word in their name because the search engines don't necessarily use stop words like of or the or various little short words. And when we lose the stop word of in the middle of the name, we get we, W-E. And that was it, because it is all about we, us together, meaning all of us, not just me or Aingeal Rose, all of us together. And it is with that it inspired us to go back to the drawing board, create this academy, let's call it, this university, this collection of archives of knowledge and information, of spiritual growth, of spiritual awareness. And that is now coming to fruition as a collection, as an area that you can become part of and join together and become that world of empowerment that we're all destined for, actually. And it can be found at worldofempowerment.com. But before we go there, I want to tell you that it also came to me, to both of us actually, that the tiers and the levels that are available in the world of empowerment are following the levels of the chakras. So you'll find red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, and white levels of accessibility, let's call it, or levels of growth that you can tap into depending on your own desire to explore more, learn more, and become part of the bigger picture as it unfolds. So that's what was coming to me today. That's what I wanted to bring to you today, World of Empowerment. And it's available at worldofempowerment.com. And it is all about empowering each and every one of us on the planet and beyond together, the we of all of us. So we look forward to having you with us. You have a good day. Blessings, and bye-bye.
You can subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and on our website at worldofempowerment.com.
Don't miss an episode. Hit the subscribe button now.